Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take your sources, dive deep, and surface with the insights you need. Today, we're heading to the soccer pitch for a high school championship game. There's just something electric about watching young players execute really complex stuff under pressure, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. It's compelling viewing.
And today, we're diving into a specific showdown. H.H. Dow High School versus Okemos High School. The final score was Okemos 3, H.H. Dow 2.
A close one.
Exactly. But, the score never tells the whole story. So our mission today is to really unpack the tactics, look at those key moments, spotlight the players who made a difference.
Yeah, see how those plans actually collided on the field.
Right. So whether you're a huge soccer fan, maybe a coach, or honestly just someone who likes understanding the why behind things.
You'll find something interesting here, I think. It's about strategy, sure, but also resilience.
Decision-making under fire. How tiny shifts can change, well, everything.
Precisely.
Okay, let's kick off with Okemos. They seem to come out of the gate with a really clear, aggressive plan. What was their core idea offensively?
Yeah, Okemos definitely didn't hold back. Their approach was very direct, very aggressive. Two main things, really. First, these long diagonal through balls. Trying to switch the play quickly, get behind the defense.
That's unrelated space, right?
Exactly. Catch the defense shifting. And second, a really committed high press. They wanted to win the ball back high up the field in danger spots.
Turn defense immediately into offense.
That was the plan. Relentless pressure.
And who are the standouts making this work for Okemos? Any key players driving that strategy?
Well, their forward #9 was absolutely vital for that high press, constantly harassing defenders, forcing mistakes, and then making these really smart runs off the ball.
Anticipating the turnover he might create.
Yeah, exactly. And then you had a midfielder who was just spraying these incredible long diagonal passes, pinpoint accuracy. You really unlocked the Dow defense multiple times.
Okay, so let's talk about that pressure. You mentioned the high press. We saw a prime example really early, didn't we? Around minute 3.
We did. It was textbook, really.
Yeah.
Showed exactly what they wanted to do. The forward #9, he just swarmed a Dow defender who had the ball deep.
No time to think?
None. Forced a really rushed pass. And an Okemos midfielder was right there, anticipated it, intercepted, and bang, one touch, through ball, right back to forward #9, who'd kept his run going.
Straight in on goal.
Almost.
Yeah.
It created a clear chance. But you have to give credit. A Dow defender came flying across with a fantastic sliding block. Prevented a certain goal.
Wow. So right away the intent was clear. High risk, high reward from Okemos.
Absolutely. But it also showed Dow's defensive commitment early on, even if they were under pressure.
Okay, so the press created chances from turnovers. But Okemos had more in their locker, right? That diagonal ball threat you mentioned, we saw that just moments later, minute 4.
Yeah, it wasn't just about the press. They could also build from deeper. This time, a long diagonal ball, maybe from their own half even.
Over the top.
Pretty much. The Okemos forward timed his run perfectly, beat the offside trap, brought it down, cut inside, past a defender. Got a shot off from maybe 12 yards.
Another goal-saving block.
Another one. A sliding block from Dow again. Crucial defending. But it shows Okemos wasn't a one-trick pony. They used that diagonal pass to stretch the field, isolate defenders, create those 1v1s.
Makes the defense constantly have to adjust, can't just sit back.
Nice. Keeps them guessing.
Now, beyond open play, Okemos seemed, well, lethal from set pieces, multiple goals from corners. How were they so effective there? Was it just luck?
Oh, definitely not luck. They were clearly very well drilled. They had specific routines they were running, not just whipping the ball into the box, hopefully.
Right. Planned movements.
Yeah. And one thing that stood out was having an attacker, often at that back post area, who's just really smart about his positioning, reading where the second ball might drop, anticipating flicks.
Capitalizing on the chaos.
Precisely. Turning those scrambles into goals.
Let's break down a couple. Minute 8, there was a near miss from a corner routine. What happened there?
Right. That was a near post flick-on attempt. An in-swinging corner, delivered with pace, low towards the near post.
Tricky delivery to deal with?
Very tricky. An Okemos attacker made a sharp run, got ahead of his marker, and just glanced a header across the face of the goal. Flicked it on, narrowly missed the far post.
What's the idea behind that specific routine?
It's designed to cause confusion right in front of the keeper, exploit that space just ahead of the first defender. The in-swinging ball makes it hard for the keeper to come claim it cleanly. Dow was beaten at the point of attack there. It just didn't quite come off for Okemos that time.
But it wasn't long before they made one count. Minute 5, actually, even earlier. Their first goal came from a corner, didn't it?
It did. And this one showed a different aspect, capitalizing on the second ball. It was an outswinging corner this time.
Okay.
A Dow defender went up to head it clear, but didn't get good contact. Sort of a weak clearance, popped up in the air.
And someone was waiting.
Exactly. An unmarked Okemos attacker, positioned smartly just beyond the back post area. He reacted so quickly to the loose ball, didn't hesitate, and hit a really clean, right-footed volley. Low, hard, into the far corner. Goal.
That's brilliant anticipation, not reacting to the initial delivery, but where the clearance might go wrong.
Textbook second phase play. His positioning was key, staying on that weak side, anticipating the possibility of a poor clearance. And you saw Dow. They just switched off for a split second after the initial header. Ball watching. Cost them dearly.
Gave Okemos that early lead and momentum, and they weren't finished with corners. Minute 20, another goal from a set piece.
Yep, they struck again. And this one really showed the sophistication. It's like a two-part plan executed perfectly.
Wow.
Another in-swinger, again aimed toward that near-post danger zone. A defender, looked like a Dow defender, tried to clear it, but only managed to flick it backwards across the goal mouth.
Oh, dangerous.
Extremely. And guess who was there? Another unmarked Okemos attacker lurking at the far post. He read the flick on perfectly, anticipated it, and buried it with a decisive diving header.
So the near post run creates the chaos, draws defenders.
Exactly. And the back post player is waiting, anticipating that flick or deflection into space. Dow's marking just broke down completely on that one. Didn't deal with the first ball, left the back post wide open. It was clinical from Okemos.
Okay, Okemos clearly had a powerful game plan, aggressive attack, dangerous set pieces, but this game finished 3-2. H. Dow obviously fought back hard. How did they cope with that Okemos pressure, and crucially, how did they find the net twice?
Dow showed incredible resilience. That's the first thing. Their strategy seemed to be about absorbing that pressure, staying compact defensively, especially centrally.
Bending but not breaking.
Kind of, yeah. Lots of last-ditch defending, blocks, commitment. And then when they won the ball back, they looked to transition fast. Quick, direct balls over the top were key for them. Trying to catch that aggressive Okemos defense pushed up.
So less intricate build-up, more direct counterpunching.
Exactly. When they broke the Okemos press, it wasn't about patient passing. It was about an immediate, quick pass forward into space. Bypass the pressure zone.
Who are the key figures for Dow in making this work?
Well, honestly, their whole defense deserves credit for the sheer number of blocks and tackles they made.
Hmm.
The goalkeeper was also very proactive, coming off his line aggressively to narrow angles.
We saw that pay off a few times.
Definitely. And then going forward, they had a midfielder who could hit those long, accurate balls over the top, and forwards who timed their runs well,
Yeah.
and, importantly, could finish when the chance came.
Let's look at their goals. Minute 38, they scored. How did they manage to unlock Okemos then? Was it breaking that press?
It was a fantastic example of exactly that, breaking the press and punishing it. Dow was under pressure, deep in their own half. Okemos players committed forward.
Right.
But Dow played a quick layoff, one teammate to another, and instantly that second player hit a first-time pass, a really penetrating ball forward into the right channel. Released an attacker.
Exploiting the space behind the press.
Perfectly. The attacker dribbled forward at pace, put in a great curling cross, and then you had another Dow attacker making a brilliant late run from midfield, timed it perfectly, powerful diving header, goal.
Wow. From deep defense to goal in just a few seconds. Clinical transition.
Absolutely superb. Showed great composure under pressure, and then real quality in the final third. The synchronized movement was key.
Okay, so that was one goal back. Then, minute 49, they scored again. Was this a similar counter, or did they exploit something different?
This one exploited something different, but equally important. Okemos' high defensive line.
The risk that comes with being aggressive.
Exactly. A Dow midfielder played a long, hopeful maybe, but well-executed aerial ball right over the top of the Okemos backline.
Catching them out.
Got them flat-footed. A Dow forward timed his run perfectly again, stayed onside, brought the ball down inside the box. The Okemos keeper came rushing out.
Had to.
Yep, and the Dow forward cleverly chipped it over him.
Yeah.
Now, interestingly, the ball was heading towards goal, but maybe slowly.
Not quite over the line.
Maybe, maybe not. But a second Dow attacker hadn't stopped running. He followed the play all the way in and headed the ball into the empty net, just to make absolutely sure.
Smart play. Taking no chances.
Really smart. It shows how Dow identified and punished that specific vulnerability, the space behind Okemos' high line. Even dominant teams have weaknesses you can exploit.
And it really underscores the value of those supporting runs, doesn't it? Not just assuming the first player will finish it.
Absolutely. That crashing the net mentality, following up shots, it's often the difference maker. It ensures the effort counts.
This whole game sounds like it was full of those moments inches away from a goal, incredible saves, last-ditch blocks. We mentioned Dow's early block.
Yeah, minutes 3 and 4, those were huge moments early on.
But Okemos had their defensive scrambles too, I imagine. It wasn't all one-way traffic defensively for Dow.
Oh, no. Both teams had to dig deep defensively at times. The scoreline tells you it was competitive right to the end.
Let's highlight one more massive defensive moment, this time from Dow again. But right at the death, minute 91. Sounds like pure desperation defending.
It really was.
Yeah.
And it summed up their resilience throughout the match. Okemos launched another one of those long, direct through balls. Their forward broke clear, looked like a certain goal.
Deja vu.
Right. The Dow keeper came flying out again, made himself big, crucial sliding save, managed to deflect the ball.
But not hold it.
No, the rebound spun out, straight to another Okemos attacker, open goal in front of him.
Oh no, game over, surely.
You'd think so. But out of nowhere, a Dow defender who had tracked back, sprinted across, and launched into a desperate sliding block just as the Okemos player shot. Got enough on it to send it wide for a corner.
Unbelievable commitment.
Truly game-saving. That's the difference, isn't it? Good defending versus potentially match-winning defending. The keeper's initial save was vital, but that defender's recovery and block, pure determination, kept them in it right to the final whistle.
So wrapping this up, what's the big picture here? Okemos brought the aggressive attack, the high press, those deadly set pieces.
Yeah, a really well-defined attacking strategy that earned them 3 goals.
But H.H. Dow countered with incredible defensive grit, those last-ditch moments, and that ability to strike back quickly and directly, finding ways to exploit Okemos' aggression.
Exactly. Absorbing pressure and then hitting back clinically. It was a fantastic tactical battle. Individual moments of brilliance, yes, but also disciplined team strategies colliding.
And digging into these details, you really see the layers beyond just Okemos 1-3-2. It's about how planning meets the chaos of the game, how tiny adjustments or moments of execution swing everything.
Absolutely. It shows how even a really strong, seemingly dominant strategy, like Okemos' attack, can have vulnerabilities if the opponent is smart and resilient enough to find them.
Yeah, this deep dive really highlights that, doesn't it? Okemos mastering those set-piece routines, a practiced, almost unstoppable force at times. Yet Dow found the counter by exploiting that high line, a consequence of Okemos' own aggression. So maybe something for you listening to think about. In your own world, where could mastering a specific routine, a core strategy, give you an advantage? Or conversely, where might an opponent's strength actually create an opening for you, if you look closely enough?
Interesting thought. Finding that unexpected angle.
Indeed. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into a fantastic soccer match. Hopefully it gave you some new ways to think about strategy and resilience on and off the field. We'll catch you next time.